Hello, Zealots. This is Joshua. It's Sunday. My son died Friday night. And it's Sunday morning, or Sunday afternoon, I guess now. It's funny how we had Mormons stop by the next day. And I guess they told the whole church, because now we're getting like people from the Mormon church coming in and taking care of our dog randomly. And our good friend has cooked us a meal. Her name is Brianna Taylor. I went to church today. Took a while before somebody actually came and asked us how we were doing, and I was kind of surprised at how long it took. I asked how we were doing. I said, horrible. Our kid died, and then slowly started to disseminate throughout the church. So we went to the church. They're teaching Christmas stuff. They pulled us out back and prayed with us, and then they pulled us away from the rest of the congregation so that we would be segregated. I don't know. I always feel like they have poor motivations for what they do. Who knows? Lots of people gave their condolences, and they gave us their number and wanted to help out. We went to church just so Eden would have some consistency in her life. Once they find out what our beliefs are, I doubt we're going to be staying much longer. Hopefully, we can get the benefit of that until then. They went to hold a service at the Foursquare church that we're going to for Judah. I guess that makes sense because he knew the more people there. I mean, he was only 10 months old, but he was very popular. A lot of people there loved him. I believe in the spiritual gifts. All 9: speaking in tongues, interpretation of tongues, prophecy, word of knowledge, word of wisdom, discerning of spirits, faith, miracles, and healing. I know it like the back of my hand, right? My wife was begging for me to resurrect him from the dead, and I freaked out. I second-guessed myself. I didn't do what God told me to do. I had doubt. God says you can have faith the size of a mustard seed, but if you have doubt, I had doubt. And I didn't do what God told me to do, and I didn't say what God told me to say. And my child stayed dead. My wife was furious with me about that. She kept trying to build my faith when I was on the phone with her, but when I was holding his lifeless, cold hand and looking at all those tubes coming out of my kid, having seen the shit come out of his ass and the water pouring out of his face, it was harder. I couldn't get the faith I needed to bring my son back to life. My wife showed me the toy that kept the water from draining. It was a mirror that I had cut off from they had those vibrating chairs, and we never used it. So I was like, the only toy on that thing is that mirror he liked. And so I cut it off and started using it as a bath toy. When she drained the water, that thing just slid right over the freaking hole. Kept all the water in there. She informed me today that it only takes a minute for an infant to drown. He was in there for way longer than a minute. That, coupled with the fact that, Eden told me multiple times to go take care, she pointed me to the bathroom. She kept telling me to go to the bathroom. I mean, she's only 2. She tried the best way she could, but I ignored her. I was too interested in my video I was watching. None of these things scream that I'm at fault. But I could have done better. Nobody's going to blame me for not being able to raise my kid from the dead. And nobody's going to blame me for a toy that I saved months ago. Nobody's going to blame me for not listening to my 2-year-old when she points at the bathroom and says, "Mama, mama," point, point, point. "Mama, mama," point, point, point. I'm like, I don't know what that means. But I know what my fault is in this. I can own it. I mean, that's the point, right? Being a Christian is all about just admitting your sins, right? So not only did I fail at being a parent, but I also failed at being the man of God that my wife needed. Anyway, I'm in my dining room, and I see a high chair, 2 high chairs, and I only got 1 kid. I've had 5 children, and I only have 1 left to raise. Whose fault is that? Anyway. So I have to strive to be better. My kid will come back on the resurrection. I've already failed him. I can't fail him anymore, I guess, right? I mean, I suppose I can still fail my wife more, but I'm glad she brought this to my attention, because I need to take ownership of my faults. I need to take ownership for what I did wrong and what I could have done better. My excuses are irrelevant. My children's safety was my responsibility. I should have never let this happen. Anyway. I'm having kind of a good day today. I'm not sobbing anymore, which is good. I'm going to miss Judas so much. Destiny got a bunch of pictures of him so that we can hang them around our house, and I'm having a hard time even looking at him. I feel so guilty. Like I failed him specifically. Anyway, we're at 10 minutes here. I'm sure that's enough. I love God because I love virtue, justice, salvation, Eden and Judah. I love my wife. Have a great day.